The following is a fan-based discussion. All properties discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Hasbro, and Subaraya Productions. Hello, everyone.
Hello!
Welcome back to another episode of Tokutalk. Jacob and Marcus here to talk about, to continue our introduction series.
That is a waveform, buddy.
Well, you were loud.
But yeah,
Introductions to Six Rangers.
Yes, the six. Oh, the six. The number six.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it doesn't always mean six. Sometimes
it's fifth.
Yeah, sometimes it's fifth, but
or
who cares?
fourth.
Because Toei said sixth.
That's
okay.
the name of the trope.
So, there have been a lot since Z Ranger, and I guess you can sort of count this as Bioman, but not really. So, we're just going to talk about our favorite. So, we're going to talk about our least favorite introductions on this one, too.
We can if you want.
Okay. I'm going to start off bad, and then go to good. Let's talk about our least favorites.
You of the world.
Why?
As I said in our Zyuoja review, he comes in and he's way too powerful.
He is very
He is way too powerful. He doesn't just beat the Zyuojers, he destroys them.
To be fair,
and
I sort of love it.
I can understand why.
It's cool to have that coolness factor when he first comes in. I think it's just the fact that the juxtaposition between who he really is a completely different thing.
I did not like that part of the story, along with a lot of other parts of that story. Didn't like how it was handled. That introduction was just, again, it's like he's too powerful. It really throws a lot of things out the window. And the way they bring him over to their side was they give him a speech about the power of friendship, and it's stupid. And moving on, what's your least favorite?
I'm honestly going to say, I believe his name is Ricky from O-Ranger.
Okay.
King Ranger. And the reason I say that is because I don't remember anything about it.
Well, to be fair, I don't remember a lot of things about, certain introductions. My mind is but a blur.
But O-Ranger just like, one, it's a fever dream. Two, I really don't remember anything about him. I sort of remember like his introduction being tied to some little girl, and I didn't like her, so I'm just like, well, you're here. But King Ranger, as much as I love his suit, I just...
Can you think of one that made you mad for more story or character reasons rather than just being utterly forgetful and inconsequential?
Ko.
Yeah, fair enough.
He was annoying.
Fair enough.
He was exceedingly annoying from Die Ranger.
Yeah, he's annoying.
Yeah, he's not great. He's pretty ill, in fact. But yeah. I do think Magi Shines is also just a little bit boring, but I think that's more the character not being the most interesting. Mm-hmm. No matter how much I absolutely love that show. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's talk about our favorites.
I might have to go with Lupinex.
Damn it, you took mine.
Alright, so we're on the same page.
No, but go ahead and give a reason.
He's just such a great character.
He is.
He has, like, story-wise, there are problems that develop with him later, what with, that alien thing that wasn't very well done and whatnot, but...
Lupinex
in terms of his introduction and just, like, him just being, like, the suavest, most bastardy, cool guy in the show, and that's saying something.
He is Max Masterman.
And the way they are able to work his dynamic in with both teams, and the way the actor was so effortlessly able to work with both teams and feel like he belonged on both, just it's top tier stuff. Good stuff.
He is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
He is pretty great. Even though the show's not over, I think I'm going to say
Tokucast. Yeah, I think I know why. I think I can guess why.
When you come in with the whole choreographed song and dance, you're automatically pretty talented for me.
A pretty lengthy choreographed song and dance. That scene goes on for a good while.
Well, he's a good singer. You better show it off.
Mm.
But I honestly just loved him. I was like almost 90 immediately. I was just like, yes, I'm in. And he hasn't disappointed me yet. I like his character. I honestly like the fact that he doesn't actually ever join the team. Mm-hmm. He's just Kaiser. That's it. I just happen to be here with you guys, and we're friends now, but that's about it.
Yeah.
But I love him. He sort of just hates you. And I'm here for that. I'm here for that. He's tired of everything immediately.
Yeah.
And the Halloween episode with him with the monster creeping away while he's in the background doing the dance to transform. And then the monster goes around the corner and you guys are just there. And I'm just like, this episode is amazing. Well, I can't wait. We have a couple more months till we end up getting to do this in Kaiju review because we're going to do it pretty much almost immediately as soon as it finishes.
Yeah.
But
that'll be a first.
Yeah, because we caught up. But I'm so excited to do Zenkaiger. What do we think about how they've done some of the ones in the past? Because we've had a lot where
the thing about I may have alluded to this or set this out right in past Tokutalks and reviews, but Sentai likes to stick to its guns and not really deviate too much from its formula.
Yeah.
Whereas Rider tends to be more experimental with how they introduce, with when they introduce, with the dynamics, and Sentai for the most part is like, you get into like the late teens, early 20s of the episodes, you're going to get your Six Ranger.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little bit earlier, maybe a little bit later, but you're going to get them around there.
Sometimes depending on how many Rangers you end up having in the show, looking at you, Ryuger.
Their team, the Sixth Ranger is usually an outsider. Either they're from another planet, they're from another dimension, or from another school. Or another country. There's something about them that makes them an outsider among the group. Yeah.
And like, just for example, you got Mega Silver being one older. Yeah. And he actually is a worker for the group that the rest of the Mega Rangers are basically hired by.
You have that. You have like Star Ninja, who is, studying over in America, and you have
Deca Break. Who's just part of a whole other organization. He's a detective. Well, he's special forces.
Special forces.
Yeah. And then you end up having some ones that are... You have Dragon Ranger, who came in evil.
Or somebody... Is Amare Killer considered the sixth?
Yes.
Yeah, he came in evil.
He was evil until the last 2 episodes.
Literally till the last second. Dragon Ranger, more or less the same thing.
Yeah. They both died.
Yeah.
You got somebody like Time Fire, who's, completely, separate from everybody else as well. Mm-hmm. But, he ends up... The last 3 we mentioned have all died. Beatbuster, damn it!
Yeah, that too.
But yeah, there's something about... God, that's morbid. All 4 of them just died.
Yeah, they just died.
But they're all good characters. Especially Time Fire. I really enjoyed Time Fire. I loved his backstory. I love that it just brought it over for Time Force and didn't change anything. Mm-hmm. Except the death at the end. But if it works, it works. That's what matters. Mm-hmm. I do enjoy an introduction where they're just a little bit more antagonistic to the others, which is why I think I like, all the 4 that have died have been pretty much antagonistic to the team at the beginning.
I wrote my name in English because F you.
Or Time Fire is just like, I'm going to have the coolest introduction and my own theme song. Mm-hmm. And you will love it forever. Time Fire! And then, of course, you got Dragon Ranger coming into the mech and just kicking them all out of it. Mm-hmm. Because, of course, you do. I loved it.
Why not?
I like it, though, because a lot of the other Six Rangers don't come in sometimes as interestingly. Mm-hmm. I mean, you got Zuo of the World, and I love his introduction, but like you just said, you don't. No, I don't. But, there's a very specific shift in his personality when he is not being controlled anymore. Mm-hmm. It works. It sometimes doesn't work. But I do like the antagonism because it's just like, all right, we have 2 separate goals. Mm-hmm. And they're not the same. We are not the same. All I'm here to do is inflict pain on you.
Yes.
And I appreciate that sometimes. I wish, just like the Go Riders, we haven't really had sort of an evil Six Ranger since the beginning in quite some time. Mm. Zoo of the World was basically against his will, but I do like it when he's part of the evil team, at least for a little bit, to come over and just be like, all right, you got Shuriken Ninja the Ninja. Mm-hmm. Who's
the ninja of the ninja. Who is whoever he wants to be.
Who's, basically a third party.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy that.
Yes.
What do we want to see going forward?
I think Sentai is the better option when it comes to being antagonistic towards the heroes.
I agree.
And and I think the reason it does that better than Rider is because when you have this team dynamic, and all of a sudden here comes this third party that disrupts that in some way, I think there's a lot of potential there that you can really play around with that I feel they haven't done. I think, since Opera Ranger.
Agreed. Yeah. I mean,
whether it's like causing them to question their own loyalties, whether it's disrupting relationships that are pre-existing, whether it's just being stronger than them and better than them.
Yeah.
And how do we eventually bring them over to our side, or if we don't, how do we keep this dynamic going, and how do we still make sure that we don't wind up killing each other at the end of the day?
I think it's sometimes, especially in Sentai, like you just said, it really ends up depending on what is the theme of the show, or in some cases, what is the motif of the show that would really help bring this sixth person into the fold. Mm-hmm. Like you said with Decker Break, because they're just, one giant police organization, you're going to have special forces.
Yeah.
You're going to end up having somebody like that. With Boukenger, it's something they had to create later, and they had to give it to somebody else who could actually end up utilizing it. With Gokai Silver, he's just a big Sentai fan.
He's a Sentai fan, and essentially the powers, the powers that be recognized his heroism, and bestowed the power upon him, which I think is really cool.
And Tokyo Rokuyo just wanted to die.
Yeah,
and the other said, no.
And he was a bad guy who changed sides.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I do love that. They haven't really explored that at all. Besides Tokyo Rokuyo, and we all know we like Tokuuser, so it's. I would like
Tokyo Rokuyo.
Yeah, I would like to see something more like that again.
Yeah,
where it's just like he's trying to go for redemption. That does really.
Or at the very least, I don't know, dying with honor.
Or somebody else from the ancient past. You guys, I think we really only had 2 of these, 3: Z Ranger, O Ranger, and Q Ranger. Because he...
Soldier.
Yeah. Who I still think has one of my favorite backstories. Just a 90 or almost 80 Sentai where it's just like he lost so much. And that's haunted him.
Yeah.
And I appreciate what they did with that character. When that show wasn't focused on Lucky, that's some of his greatest. And then you got Lupinex just being bastard.
Just being great.
He's so good. He was my profile picture before Two Kaiser. Because he was great. We don't talk about Ryu Soldier here. We haven't really talked about Kira Major either, but you haven't seen it. But that's
I'm watching it now.
It's our review next week.
Yep.
Actually, it's probably in the past.
I haven't gotten to the 6th yet, but we'll get there.
I'm
liking it so far.
Like I said, we'll talk about it more when we actually review it.
We'll get to the review. We'll get there.
Yeah. I really enjoy when the Sixth Ranger, 1, just ends up coming in. But 2, when his dynamic, I don't think we've really had where the Sixth Ranger has some connection to somebody on the team proper. At least not initially. You get to go on wings to a brother and sister, but they're still separate from the main group. I would love for any of the other colors on the show on the main team has some sort of familial tie to the 6th. Usually it's somebody on even somebody on the team or the entire team itself are all siblings, cousins, what have you. And then you got the 6th who just comes in just separate. I would love for that dichotomy to be explored a little bit more. I would love for them to do that in the future.
Okay.
Make the 6th a sibling or a cousin or somebody else's family member. A dad.
Or the dad, yeah. Make him an older ranger.
Just do it. Make it for the fun.
Or someone's mom. That'd be cool.
Yeah. We got Magic Mother.
Yeah.
We saw her first. She was awesome. And Udana was also great. But yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing else. I think it's a good place to stop.
There is one thing I would like to stop see them doing.
What is that?
Don't introduce the Sixth Ranger, but so early. I feel like the mid-teens, early 20s. Time Fire was late, but we actually did get to know him a little bit beforehand. So it was a little different with him. I'd rather, and I'm going to say this for secondaries as well, do not introduce the Sixth Ranger early. I understand if you had a whole bunch of other Rangers coming in, like Q Ranger, where it's just had a lot of them. I can understand doing a little bit early, at least for that, because we'll have to actually expand upon the whole group. But I feel like especially if you only have 3 to 5 members on the main team, wait until the later teens to bring them in. And that's like my one only gripe with Zenkaiger is the fact that Tsukaiser premiered like episode 8. I want that dynamic to be built upon better, so we get to know these characters better before we introduce something to shake up the status quo. But that's just me.
Okay.
All right. Let us know what you think about the Six Ranger introductions in the comments below. What's your favorite? What's your least favorite? What do you think could be changed in the future? What do you think it should be going forward? Just let us know down there. Don't forget to join us in all the things that are in our description. And we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Thank you for watching.